Page 137, Parallel Scale Etude. Well, that's a mouthful, and it looks ugly, so let's take a look at this. It's a page-long, treble-bass clef, one sharp in the key signatures, so it's either in the key of G major or E minor. Look at the end, the last couple, ending on a G chord. I'm guessing this is in G major, but you do the scales for G major and E minor, just like I explained in the videos. And probably should start doing the arpeggios for both of those also. Make sure on the arpeggios you do the tremolo exercise, the accents, the wrist, everything I explained. It's kind of important. Don't just kind of rattle through them. All right, I know what the notes are. It's close enough. It's not close enough. You need to really focus on the technique on those. And 2/4 time, and we got 16th notes going crazy. However, if you look at all these runs, a run is where the notes go up or the notes go down. They're scale passages. So if you can do the scales, that makes sight read. You can sight read this pretty much. So let's just look at these scales first. Starts out with a right hand, and if you'll notice this is a G major scale here. And then it follows that up with a G minor scale. I don't know if we've had G minor or not. G minor is the parallel minor. You go up to B flat, which means it has two flats in it, which means the B and E flat. You see they're flats at the, yeah. And it's harmonic minor, which means you raise the 7th step, so that would be an F sharp. So that's a G minor. Measure 7. Now we get the D harmonic minor. They put in the B flat here. And then the next one is the C. This is measure 9, the C major chord or scale coming down. And then we get the C minor chord. Because C minor has 3 flats, B flat, E flat, and A flat. So we got them all. And the measure 13, we're down here with a D major chord. And then we go down D major. Then we get some regular chords. Oh. Let's go down to measure 25, the 16th notes. We're in the key of G major. So basically we're playing a G major chord going up or down or wherever it's going. Okay. And it can start and end on any note, it's not important. You just think G major and play the notes in G major, which means all the white keys except for the F sharp. That's all I'm doing. And then it is the G minor, which is B flat and E flat. And we're using the harmonic minor, which means F sharps also. So it's the same thing, it's just in G minor. Left hand, let's see what it's doing. Well, it starts out with block chords, that's fine. You can figure these out, I hope. Measure 13, 14, excuse me. Now we get a D major chord going up. Because you have the D, an F sharp and a C sharp, that's D major. Measure 17, again, same thing going up. Measure 19 is a G major chord, scale. And then a G minor scale. We've had these before. Now measure 23, I play a 4th on the F sharp. I know that's more of a stretch. Some people would teach 3rd if it's that, but I don't. In the arpeggios, videos and all that, I use 4th finger if it's a 3rd. A major 3rd, minor 3rd, I don't care. It's a 3rd, I use 4th. You get used to this stretch, and it's kind of important you be able to spread your fingers out. So I encourage you to do that. 4 on that. This is measure 23 on the F sharp. 4th finger. No? Put the hands together. There's not much to it. It's here. 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E. That's all you're doing throughout the whole thing. Once I have the notes and the rhythms okay, I go back through slowly. Slowly is like two, two, two. So I can pretend like an 8th note gets a count. because I've slowed it down so much. If you're using a metronome, that's what you need to do. For instance, these would be eighth notes. And these are 16th notes. Dum, bum, bum. If that's too fast, slow it down some more. So I could do that. Eighth notes. 1. And if that's too fast still, maybe you put the metronome on 16th notes. Make it beat 16th notes. These could be 16th notes. 1, knee. Go that slow, whatever it takes. 1, 2. Just keep a steady rhythm throughout. Throughout the whole thing, and you can gradually speed it up over time. Is it. Anyway, we're going to pretend we did that. So no hesitations anywhere. I don't care how slow it is. That's not important right now. Just no hesitations, no wrong notes. Then I add in the articulation. And I'm hinging at the wrist for the staccato. I'm just bouncing off. And in the second measure, that note is not staccato. So hold it down and let up when you play the next one. Like so. You get the idea? So I'm putting in the staccatos and the slur. Oh, I do the slurs anyway. And then once I have an idea of that, then I put in the dynamics. I don't know about the dynamic. In my opinion, you need to practice this at all dynamics. But they're saying moderately loud at the beginning. Mezzo forte. It's going to be both hands. Whatever you think sort of loud is. When you get to measure 17, come down a little bit. Now measure 22, I'm crossing over, and that, there's no staccato there. Hold that down. Lift up when you play the A. So suddenly we're all connected here. So measure 22. And the measure 25, that's a quarter note. Lift up when you play the C. Like so. So it changed to some of the notes you think they're going to be staccato, they're not. You're going to hang on to them. Once you have an idea of that, then over time, as in years, you can gradually speed it up to vivace. Vivace is a feel. It's not necessarily how fast the beat goes. It's a feel, and these 16th notes are going to slow it down. Well, make sure you're doing the natural accents. It'll help. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Let the wrist claps a little bit on these. And I'm exaggerating them so you can hear them better, but you want to feel these natural accents, especially in runs. Like measure 25. 1, 2. You want to feel these natural accents as you go through there. If it's not smooth and even, you're going too fast. Slow it down. You'll get faster over time. Don't rush it. But accuracy, in my opinion, is more important than speed. So vivace is very fast. In theory, it's your very fast. Please don't copy me. You take it at your speed, your vivace. I could go faster. I don't see the point. I mean, what's the point? I mean, it's fun. And when there's nobody around to listen, you can try it at all kinds of speeds, as long as nobody can hear you, because it'll sound terrible. But if there's people around, try and keep it under control. Let's play this together very slowly and just check all the notes and rhythms. I'm not going to do any dynamics. There really isn't any. And really, you should practice this at really, really super soft as well as loud. We're using very little weight and a lot of weight. So you get in the idea of doing that. Hopefully you're doing that when you practice the scales anyway. I'll give us 4 quarter note counts to come in, but I put the metronome on 8th notes, so it's beating 8th notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, E, go. 1 2 and. And 2 and 1 and rest and.